Let me try and explain a little bit about what the difference is between a subrogation and a lien. Both are coming in and saying, we want part of the settlement. We want, let's say in a car wreck case as an example, the case has been settled or is about to be settled, and they say, we want our money back. Okay, and I'm going to paraphrase this because it's very complex, and I can tell you, believe it or not, there are lawyers out there practicing that don't know what the difference is between the two. So it's very complex, but in general, basic kind of glossy terms, a lien is something you have to pay back. By law, you have to pay it back. And we as the lawyers are responsible for, we have to pay this out of the settlement. One example would be a hospital lien. If it's properly filed and proper notice and things like that, I won't get into all the other legal terms, but you have to pay the lien back. A subrogation is something where someone has a right to the money in the settlement, but we as a lawyer don't have to pay them back. But the client could get in trouble or be on the hook if we didn't. So we often will want to work those out for the client. The classic example of a subrogation is some kind of health insurance. And the health insurance company, if it's set up under federal law, and there's a big difference between federal law and state law, but we won't get into that right now. But the health insurance company says, we want our money back. Or maybe we as attorneys, our legal team knows that these medical payments, in this case, the medical bills were paid by a federally set up, ERISA is what it's called, but a federally set up type of program. So we know as lawyers, they have a right to get some of their money back if they wanted to claim it. Now what we might do is go to our client and say, hey, they haven't put us on notice. We don't have to pay them back in some situations. And again, I'm kind of glossing over this, but we don't have to as lawyers pay them back. They didn't notify us, but the problem is, if we just give you all this money and the next day they come knocking on your door and say, by the way, you owe us money out of this settlement, you are going to be on the hook for paying them back. And there are also situations where with these subrogations that if they did give us proper notice and we give you the money, they can sue you and they can sue me because we were given proper notice. It's not quite as stringent as the lien situation, but it's serious enough. You really need to look into it. And again, you need a quality legal team that knows the difference and knows how to handle them.